I guess it all started from a fairly young age. I used to have imaginary pets, a dog, numerous guinea pigs, a couple of dragons. My mother never allowed animals in the house, and I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so my imaginary pets were who I turned to when I was bored. As I got older, I wanted a pet more and more, and imaginary ones weren't real enough. I adopted several pet rocks from the beach and some log snakes. It wasn't perfect, but at least I could take them for proper walks. I mean, I looked ridiculous just dragging an empty lead along the ground because obviously no one could see my imaginary pets. Then everything changed when I was 17. I was pretty lonely, school wasn't great, and I had never found anyone who understood my pets. I went to Asda with my mum, and it was there I saw him, wedged in among the pork chops. I couldn't believe I hadn't noticed him before. I begged my mum to let me adopt him from the fridge, and she said yes. I guess she figured a raw chicken was much more low maintenance than a live one. But Nugget was definitely living to me. After that, we went everywhere together. He was my best friend. It just made me so happy to take him for his morning walk, and he skipped along so happily next to me. I have to be careful about where I walk my chickens though. Mostly I take them around here. They love the grass in the pond. Once with Nugget, I decided to show him off down the high street once, and it was a disaster. I forgot about a couple of places being there, McDonald's and Chicken Cottage. I felt so awful. He started screaming and was traumatised for ages afterwards. It was so stupid of me. It's never happened again. Of course, I strive to love all my chickens equally, but I do hold a special place in my heart for Nugget. He was my first proper pet, and it was with him that I discovered my love for pet raw chickens. I'd never go back. Even though I moved out of my mother's house last year, I don't think I'd ever get a live chicken. There is one downside to having pet raw chickens, and that's their life expectancy isn't very long, only 1 month at most, although there is a lot of research going into extending this term because one of the biggest killers of chickens is a disease called mould. It's basically cancer for raw chickens. It's really awful. One of the new discoveries has been changing their sleeping arrangements, and now all the pet chickens I owned sleep in the bottom drawer of my freezer. It keeps them fresh, and as a bonus it also wards off evil people who want to roast and eat my chickens because they're scared of the salmonella. See? It was really hard when I lost Nugget. I cried for days. It's still quite hard when I think about him. Sorry. I couldn't go down the poultry aisle in the supermarket for a long time, but after a while I felt like taking the step to getting a new pet chicken. Since Nugget I've had so many chickens. Kiev, Lindsay Lohan, the twins, Sweet and Sour. They were so naughty but very cute. Chick Norris, Wishbone, Buckbeak, he was a handful. Dixie Chick, Hen Solo, another set of twins, Tikka and Masala, and many others. I mean, I could go on. My current chicken, though, Peri Peri, is having some trouble at the moment, and I do feel a bit guilty about that. She's dealing with some abandonment issues since I met Joanna. Joanna is a woman I met by chance in the supermarket when I noticed her sat on the shelves amongst the chickens. She was just minding her own business, but I was so intrigued by her behaviour, I asked what she was doing. It turns out she has this need to be a raw chicken. She explained to me how comfortable she felt as a chicken amongst the others in the fridge, and that she dresses up as a raw chicken on a regular basis. I couldn't believe it. I'd finally found my other half, the one person who might understand what I'd been going through my whole life. Since that day I took her under my wing, and we've been inseparable. We meet for walks every day, and I feed her. I tried to bring Peri Peri with me as much as possible, but Joanna just walks so quickly, being a human and all, and not a piece of raw meat, that it was hard for Peri Peri to keep up. I love Peri, but it's so refreshing to be able to have a conversation with somebody and feel like I'm in a bit more of a give-take relationship, I've only known Joanna for a little while, but we're both really happy and talking about moving in together soon. I just can't believe any of this is happening, and the best part is Joanna's going to be around for a lot longer than any of my previous pets, for obvious reasons. I think looking to the future will be really great to increase community for people like us who want to have or be pet chickens. I mean, me and Joanna think we can't be the only ones who feel this way. A lot of people think we're just doing it for the publicity, but, the shock factor, but we really just want to be happy and accepted. People make assumptions about our lifestyle, fetishise us, but they couldn't have it more wrong. The relationship between me and my chickens is exactly the same as how any other person feels for a beloved dog or cat. It's really not that unusual. I think people need to just have a broader mind and try put themselves in our shoes. I'm happy living my life this way, and I don't bother anyone. I don't see why Joanna and I can't be left in peace to live life as we wish.